Hi, I'm Dr. Daniela Stein. I'm a medical doctor and a wellness expert. Today, I'd like to talk to you about stress during menopause. I'm the international best-selling author of the book Through Menopause, and I've had so many responses, great feedback from that book, and thank you to all of you who gave me feedback and gave it good reviews. But I received so many people who specifically commented on what I said in my book about stress and menopause. So I work with a lot of women who go through menopause. I'm a family physician in Canada and I have a wellness clinic, a big wellness clinic in the Greater Toronto area. And I work with many women as they go through menopause. And I honestly have not worked with one woman who did not have a tremendous amount of stress in her life. Your perimenopausal time from 40 to 60 years of age is really goes hand in hand with a time when women typically thrive in their career, but that comes with added stress, added responsibility. People typically have loved ones to care for, children, maybe teenagers that might be going through their own hormonal challenges. It is typically a time when women have to care for aging parents. So I know if you're watching this video and you are going through menopause, that you do have a lot of stress in your life. So there is a lot of science that shows us that when we manage stress, our health do much better. And there are specific studies where they look at heart health, your risk of cancer, all these different predictors of how stress affects your body. And it's really fascinating. So first of all, I would recommend that you kind of become a little mindful and take stock of your stress. If you can take 5 minutes at bedtime to just jot down what gave you joy today and what sucked the life out of you. I find that is very helpful to many clients because many people women might not even know they have stress or they can't identify their stress. And there's no hormone therapy I can give you or pills that I can give you if you continue to have this significant stressor in your life. So quite often, just taking stock, just journaling, saying what increased your joy today and what really, really stressed you out helps you to identify stressors. And then once you identify the stressors, it can equip and enable you to manage that. So quite often our stressors would be, well, for many people it's financial. For many people, it would be other people. If it's a horrible colleague at work, you might want to avoid that colleague or change to a different department. If it's someone in your family, to be aware that this person is really taking from you. You might want to plan your time better, set boundaries, spend less time with this person. We really become like the 5 people that we spend most of our time with. So really take stock. The 5 people that you spend most of your time with, do they stress you out or do they give you joy? And then why do they stress you out? I often find that women tell me, oh, their kids stress them out. But then when we work after a couple of weeks, after a couple of months, they say, no, but my child is the most important person to me. I want to be less stressed out and more present. And then once people developed more resilience, are less burnt out, more relaxed, and they can spend more intentional time with their family, they said, no, but actually it wasn't my child stressing me out. It was because I'm so stressed that we had all these stressful interactions. But when I'm in a better space, it enables me to have less stressful interactions with my loved one. So really be aware of your stress. Where does your stress come from? How can you minimize stress? Where do you need boundaries? Where do you have to say no? What things can you do to manage stress? I manage stress by going for a run. I love going for a run in a national park next to our home. That is a very good way to get rid of stress. When you're stressed out, your adrenals, that's little glands on top of your kidneys, secretes cortisol. So every time when you read the news, when you scroll through your social media feed, when bad things happen, your body secretes adrenaline. And when you go for a run or a fast walk and you break out in a bit of a sweat, your body uses up that adrenaline. That might also be something to be cognizant of what you feed your mind. Same as spending less time with people that are negative. It is also helpful to to be very careful about the shows you watch on TV, how much news you watch, to really be mindful of what you consume. So the previous chapter, I really spoke about nutrition, but just important is what do you feed your mind. That has a very impact on stress. Look at techniques that you can implement on managing your stress. You will find that your other symptoms, there's a lot of research showing that your other symptoms will improve once you improve your stress. If you're interested in the topic, and I have the whole chapter on that on this chapter 7 in my book Through Menopause. If it is interesting to you, the effect of stress on your health, on your body, there's a very good book by Dr. Gabor Mate that I recommend. The book is called When the Body Says No. And I see it in so many of my patients who are women, and their whole life evolves around caring for everyone else until they come to a point where their body just says no, it can't go any further. And in a hospital, I often see those people, and I want to encourage you to recognize the signs before your body says no, and before you end up with me in a hospital, to recognize those things and to put measures in place to care for yourself, to reduce your stress, to put yourself first, to nourish your body, to really care for yourself in a way, to have empathy with yourself. There's a very good book by Kristen Neff around self-empathy, and I learned so much from that book, and I've been teaching that to people. There's mindfulness courses regarding self-empathy, mindfulness. I can put links below, where science shows us that if you can have more empathy with yourself, more self-compassion, you're able to be more compassionate and empathetic to everyone around you. So that's really key to manage your stress, to become more resilient, to avoid unnecessary stressors that you can avoid in your life, that that might be just the thing that will get your health to the next level. If managing stress is something of interest to you, you'll really be interested in my next video. The next video, also the next chapter of my book, I talk about the role of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, in menopause. That's very interesting. It's something I'm very passionate about. Watch my next video about the role of CBT during menopause.